HPE arranged their annual flagship mega conference, HPE Discover, on June 28th to 30th, again in the legendary Venetian hotel complex, Las Vegas. My prediction was that this year's Discover will be all about GreenLake. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Paul Hunter, the Managing Director of North America at HPE, and George Hope, Head of Worldwide Partner Sales at HPE, to talk about this. Secondly, I did not exactly know what to expect of the event and about the attendance after the pandemic. And third, I was also just a bit worried if Janet Jackson still got the moves. How did it all turn out to be? Let's find out. Ooh, look at that! So much space here and there. Yeah, don't panic. I just decided to try a new aspect ratio because why not? Hi, it's Marcus, your tech enthusiast here again. Here we discuss everything about enterprise technologies from bare metal to cloud native. Glad to see you around. Let's start with the attendance. My worry was futile. There were over 8,000 people at HPE Discover this year, which is less than 3 years ago at the previous in-person Discover in 2019, but it was definitely more than I was expecting, and the event actually felt comparable in size. There were also an equal number of channel partners.
We had as many partners here this week as we had in 2019. We've recovered completely from a partner perspective, which is awesome.
Show floor was also just a tad smaller, but it didn't matter. The collective energy was contagious. It was great to catch up with so many familiar faces after a long time, and it was super exciting to get to know dozens of new people, especially you subscribers from all over the world. Damn, I just love in-person events. From official content point of view, my crystal ball could not have been more spot on. Everything from Antonio Neri's keynote to show floor demos to customer cases and breakout sessions were all about GreenLake. I knew to expect that, but it was still striking to see how different the atmosphere was compared to only 3 years ago. HPE has truly transformed completely. HPE is now 100% Warp 10 all in for GreenLake. Period. And there was no shortage of new announcements either. HPE announced a total of around 10 new cloud services at HPE Discover 2022, bringing the total number of HPE plus Aruba cloud services to over 70. Yes, I said around 10 new services because some of the services really were not new, just basically general availability announcements or enhancements to existing services. A few announcements caught my attention more than others. HPE Greenlake for Private Cloud Enterprise, HPE Greenlake for HCI, HPE Greenlake for Compute Ops Management, and HPE Greenlake Developer Portal. These new cloud services that HPE is announcing these days feel like the second generation of HPE cloud services. They feel much more cloud-like we expect cloud to work. Maybe the best example of this is HPE Greenlake for Private Cloud Enterprise, which is basically just a collection of existing services. But again, that's what cloud is. It's never been anything technically revolutionary. It's only about maximizing the end user experience. And that's what HPE Greenlake for Private Cloud Enterprise does. It provides bare metal, virtual machine, and container lifecycle management from one single user interface. There's still a lot of work for HPE to do, but this is still a big leap forward for HPE Greenlake experience to becoming seriously comparable to public cloud. Another great example of this new wave of GreenLake cloud services is HPE Greenlake for HCI, which offers virtual machine management in the hybrid cloud using HPE Alletra DHCIs. I actually just made a whole separate video about this, check it out from here. HPE also announced centralized management for your fleet of ProLiant servers, HPE Greenlake for Compute Ops Management. Up until now, server management was missing from the HPE Greenlake portal main page. There was already networking, i.e. Aruba Central, and storage, namely data services, and now there's Compute Ops Management. Put simply, Compute Ops Management is a cloud-based lifecycle management for all your HPE ProLiant servers, from where you can remotely manage servers, check health status, upgrade firmware, etc. We will talk about compute ops management more with upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that. And finally, Greenlake Developer Portal. I think this one actually deserves a bit more exposure than it got at the event. As I see it, this new Greenlake Developer Portal has potential to play a central role in expanding Greenlake adoption, since it will be much easier for partners to integrate their own systems to Greenlake API, creating a holistic and differentiated cloud services for their customers. This is how George Hope sees Developer Portal from partner point of view.
We're bringing a lot of the ISVs into the ecosystem who want their applications to have connectivity into the platform and into Greenlake, and their offerings also to be considered, but for the partners to sell. So it's an entire ecosystem play where now all of our partners, the different kinds of partners we have, all have one place to come into and even work with each other.
Talking about partners, in addition to HPE being all in for Greenlake, there was another thing that was somehow even louder at this year's event: HPE's focus on partners. While some of the competition is being blamed for neglecting the channel, HPE seems to be doubling down on their partner-centric strategy.
Yeah, it's in the DNA. I think the difference here is a lot of companies start with a more direct mentality and kind of bolt-on partner, and we bake partner into the original recipe.
An example of this was the announcement of all-new partner program called HPE Partner Ready Vantage.
It was built off of the foundation of HPE Partner Ready, which is our original program, and it's kind of an extension of that, but it's purpose-built for edge to cloud.
The star of the HPE Discover 2022 celebration party on Wednesday evening was Janet Jackson. And I must admit, I haven't heard of Janet much since the famous Super Bowl performance in 2004. So I was a bit worried about how she is going to perform, but damn, she threw an incredibly powerful and energetic show. Suddenly it was like 1999 again. Ending to a fantastic event. Thank you, Janet, if you're watching. Looking at HPE now in 2022, 3 years after the president and CEO Antonio Neri on this same stage promised that the whole HPE portfolio will be available as a service, the company looks very different. From many points of view, HPE is almost unrecognizable. At Discover 2022, there were 0 hardware announcements. Hardware on the show floor was almost non-existent. Everything was about workloads, cloud, and as a service. And all this has happened fast. I mean fast.
For 30 years we didn't change. There was very little change going on, and now we're going through massive change. You can't get the change with a small pull on the lever. You have to yank it. You actually are talking about changing everything about the company, everything about our relationships, how we build customers, how we transact. Well, we've got new systems, we've got new processes. Everything changes.
And while all the infrastructure vendors already do offer as-a-service business models in some shape or form, HPE is by far the most outspoken about it.
They don't realize how much provocation is needed to change a company, and it's huge. I sort of describe it as there's a lot of gravity in a company, and to break free of the gravity requires really disproportionate effort, like a rocket breaking free of gravity. It really is. You've got to put so much effort, but then once you start to break free of it, you gather speed.
What an amazing event, amazing people, and amazing experience. I could have taken a few more days of this tech celebration, but all good things come to an end. But worry not, the next one is around the corner. In one short year, there's gonna be HPE Discover 2023. I have already cleared out my calendar for June 20 to 22nd. I suggest you do the same so we can hopefully reunite there. Thank you for watching, and until the next time.